That's us. That's us, bro.
Okay.
That's us.
Intro episode.
That's us, bro. Well, if you didn't know us before, you'll know us now. Welcome to the Hundy Hundy Hippos podcast.
Here we are.
We are the future. We are the future.
Kids, you're gonna live forever, kids. You will never die.
Never. Oh, mate. Well, that's it.
Welcome
I think that sums us up.
to the prologue.
I think that sums us up right there.
Yeah, no, in the episode, let's go.
intro.
No.
If they didn't know us before, you'll know us now. Don't worry about that. Well, it's Whānau. Welcome to the Hundy Hundy Hippos podcast. You are joined here by myself, Uncle Jack, and the brother, Shiki Shane.
Hey, hello.
How are you, mate?
I'm good. I'm great. I'm doing it. How are you? How are you?
You know us, bro. We're always out there doing it. And look, it's just good to be here, you know, with the brother, and we're here to create content, really high level, top tier content for all of our nerds out there.
Yeah, some may say Hundy content.
Oh, the hundiest of content, mate.
Exactly.
You know, and look, if you guys want to know what we're all about, you know, we're just here to bring you the Hundy content about everything nerdy, Marvel Cinematic Universe, comics, DC movies, Star Wars games. Oh, mate, the list goes on and on. Like, what else?
That covers basically
pretty much
really,
covers
like things
it all.
coming out, like like things like comic book related, game related.
Yeah.
Even if there's a good movie coming out that's not even related, we might even cover that for you guys.
Yeah. Look, even the bad ones, even the bad movies. We gave Morbius a go last night.
Yeah.
We gave Morbius a go last night.
Yeah.
Did we finish it? No. Did we both simultaneously fall asleep? Yes.
I have the constitution of an Olympic athlete, increased strength and speed that can only be described as superhuman. And all of this on artificial blood.
But to be fair,
Yeah, it was quite late.
It was quite late.
Yeah,
it was very
quite
late.
So
And
that movie's offense.
we were watching cam footage.
Yeah.
Hang on.
No, we were at the movies.
Yeah,
and unfortunately fell asleep a bit.
We were at the movies. We bought our tickets and paid legally.
Yes.
But hey, you know, everything from the good to the bad, we'll cover it. Anything that you guys want us to cover as well, it will be covered. Just let us know. DM us. We've already got thousands of fan mail coming in. Questions, queries, love, all for the Hundy Hundy Hippos. But yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for all the love, everybody, and the support out there. It's been great. It's been
Already.
great.
But hey, look, if you guys don't know who we are, my name is Uncle Jack, a.k.a. Jack Ty. That's my real name. A.k.a. Master Guitar Shredder, a.k.a. Pop of Monies. And, you know, for me, I'm all about the superhero stuff. I'm all about the Marvel stuff, you know. That's what I'm most passionate about. Halo even. I'm a huge Halo fan. I know, I'm not sure if you remember this, but back in 2014, 2015 on, what was that, quiz game? Quiz Up?
Buzz?
Quiz
Up. Yeah.
Quiz Up.
Yeah.
I was ranked number 1 in New Zealand for 6 months in Halo. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
In the Halo category, I was ranked number 1. The other one I was ranked number 1 in for 2 months was the Vampire Diaries.
Oh, well, similar. I was ranked number 1 in the MCU for
Really?
quiz up and chess for like a month. Because no one would would do the quiz and mathematics and I used to just go around and do all the ones that no one did and just do it repetitively until you knew the answers, not from actually knowing it, but just from with the MCU I knew it. But similar.
Oh, true.
Old quiz up, eh?
Yeah,
it's been a while.
It's been a while, bro. Well, anyway, let everyone know who you are, bro, and you know what are you bringing to the table here?
Yeah, well, the name's Shane, aka or Shiki Shane. But yeah, no, so yeah, I love all that stuff as well. You know, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, all the comic book kind of based stuff. Oh, Walking Dead is even comic book based. Follow that stuff so so closely. And yeah, just all the Marvel comic book stuff. But if I were to say, if I had to narrow it down to one thing, right, it would probably be the Marvel Cinematic Universe and all things Marvel. Like that is the one thing. Like I'm like, yeah, I could, yeah. That's dream about, sleep about. That's the passionate thing. But saying that, still very knowledgeable on all the stuff, and I love the content because I want them to succeed, and like I love the stuff that they bring to the table. But yeah.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe has been out started 14 years ago.
14 years ago.
14 years ago. 2008.
Yeah, first Iron Man movie, 2008.
The first Iron Man movie. And when you think about that, that's a lifetime commitment.
Yeah.
That's 14 years. That's more than half my life.
Yeah, it is more than half my life.
Committed to these movies. It's insane.
Yeah.
But like, if we go further back than that, what are your first like experiences with, nerdy things, pop culture things? What were the first things that you were sort of, exposed to, if you will? Or I'm sure there would have been some sort of deep underlying connection somewhere.
Old catalyst.
Yeah.
Well, when I was younger, I was orphaned, and I went to go live with my aunt and uncle, and I was bit by a radioactive spider.
Oh, no way!
No.
Wow.
Yes, that's why I felt like I really connected to the Spider-Man movie. How long it was about my life.
But instead of getting superpowers, you just got a huge boil on your arm.
My whole lot, back obviously when I was younger, the older cousins and stuff, they were do you remember the X-Men cards?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, so they used to have like those, those clear folders full of the X-Men cards, and I just used to be like, I was just like this 4-year-old, 5-year-old, just like go to my auntie's house and just sit in their lounge and like just look at the cards. Like didn't need to like anything. The easiest kid to babysit. I'll just be like looking at these cards.
That was so me. Because my brother collected those cards. Same thing. He had the huge clear file as well. And I'll just look at them too. Look at the artwork.
Yeah, exactly. And like I think I made the connection of the cards and the animated like TV show, and then I was like, oh, this is really cool because like I remember knowing who those characters were, even though I wasn't like reading comics or anything. I think it was like the TV show, X-Men animated series, and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, that was a bit of like early exposure, and then the games, and then the TV shows and the animated shows. But the one thing that really led me, like Batman Forever, all that kind of stuff, all those shows, like, they got me into DC because like we're not just talking about Marvel here, we're talking about like all of
everything.
Batman was like Batman Beyond was probably my era of growing up. It might make some of you feel old, or maybe some of you might not even know what the show is. Some of our listeners, but that's that. But like the one show that kind of launched me off into like Marvel was the Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Yeah, great TV, great little cartoon. Ran for 2 seasons, and then they changed it into something else. But that got me into the lore and everything, and I'd be up at night reading about all the wiki pages and all that kind of stuff with all these characters, and just going on the rabbit hole just in bed, just like, just reading about celestials, all this kind of stuff, like, whoa, this is how the universe was created, and all these characters and all the history and all that kind of stuff. And that kind of bled in, and then just perfect timing for the movies and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah.
Perfect timing, bro, because actually for me it was exactly the same. It was the X-Men cards that my brother had, and then in order to get those X-Men cards, you had to buy the comics, and the comics used to come with the booster packs with the cards. So like that's how I also got into the comics, was through that. I'd get Dad to buy me like 10 comics.
Yeah.
And like I wouldn't even read them at first.
Just
for the cards,
like the old Weet-Bix, just opening it up and getting the cards out, and then like leaving 10 packs of Weet-Bix open.
Yeah, that's it, bro. Still got those Weet-Bix in my cupboard too. But then eventually you start reading them because it's like, I've got this huge stack of comics, so I might as well.
Yeah.
And then that led into the cartoon, because that was my favorite, bro. You know, that's when we see like Cable.
Yeah.
Bishop.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, the time traveling Gambit, bro. So Gambit was my favorite.
He does. Yeah. Old,
and he used to be in the Marvel vs. Capcom games.
Marvel versus Capcom.
Oh yeah.
And that was a huge thing for me in my childhood because that was the game in my household.
Were you did you play it at the arcades or did you have it on a console?
We had it on console, we had it on PlayStation 1.
Oh, yeah.
But then that's why we never would go into the arcades.
You'd carve up.
Just cane up, bro.
Yeah.
Just carve up because it was on PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
You know, and and then Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Marvel vs. Street Fighter.
Who was your favorite character to play as in those games?
The best combo by far is Cyclops, Ryu. That's for the pairs, but if you're in Marvel vs. Capcom where you can get 3, it's Cyclops, Ryu, and Iron Man.
Iron Man. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Only because when you do your team ultimate,
Yeah.
they're all huge radius blasts.
Yeah.
And it looks super cool and it's hard to dodge.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
But that was that, and also like Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Oh yes. Sorry. Yeah. I would. I was. So my cousin was. He was trained to be a doctor.
Yeah.
So the Rotorua like hospital would always put on like a premiere screenings for their doctors, for the junior doctors, just for the hospital kind of thing. So he would always take me to their premiere of the Harry Potter like growing up. So we went to and saw every like until like the later ones basically. I think it was to like number 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Went to the to like the Rotorua premiere like doctor screenings with him. Yeah, he'd always take me, and that's how I learnt my timetables.
True.
Because he was like, I'm not going to take you unless you can learn your, like, he gave me like sinless and like, I'm going to test you on your timetables. And like, that's how I learned it. Yeah, that's back then though. That's history now.
So if I were to throw one at you, right now, yeah, this is off the cuff.
Just 1 to 12.
Yeah, if this is just off the cuff, give us a young 7 times 8.
7 times 8. Oh God, man, this is embarrassing.
No, you got this, because we're still in this Hundy mindset. And you know, when you're in the Hundy mindset, your mind does race, you know, tenfold, 100-fold.
Is it 54?
Oh no.
No, 56.
Yeah,
56.
56.
Sorry,
56.
56. Embarrassed. How about you?
Yeah, throw one at me.
We'll go 6 times 9.
Oh,
pretty easy.
Yeah, 6 times 9. That's 64.
Bring it back a bit.
Oh, 54.
Yeah.
54.
Yeah,
Oh my God. Oh, it looks like neither of us are going to see Harry Potter.
Moving on.
Oh, mate.
Harry Potter. Yeah.
Well, because it was all the when Harry Potter, like, it was people at my school that started reading the books and stuff.
Yeah.
At primary school, and then all of a sudden it just became a huge thing, and then the movie came out.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, we had to watch this. So we, my mum went and got it for us on videotape, on VCR. Watched it on our millionaires, big ass TV, and oh, bro! After that, I was hooked. Every single book that come out, Mum took me to the midnight release of the book at Wickles.
Wickles.
Yeah, at Wickles to go buy the book.
Did you read the books?
Yeah, I read the books.
Nice.
Up until like, I think it might have been the Half-Blood Prince.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh nah. Actually, I think it was Order of the Phoenix, because that was like it's the longest book out of the series, and that was like, yeah, that threw me off. But like Harry Potter, I still love Harry Potter. But like, you can't get past, you know, Marvel superheroes. Superheroes are cool.
Yeah.
You know.
What was your exposure to DC?
Oh, DC. For me, bro, it started with Batman and Robin. You know, first time we got to see bat nipples, awesome. But you know, the biggest draw card was Robin.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Robin, bro.
Thought it'd be Mr. Freeze would be your.
It's partly Mr. Freeze too, because I was like, oh, this is funny. And then one of my favorite parts in that movie is when Mr. Freeze sings his little song with the penguins and stuff, and his little snow world. That's crack up.
Where I touch turns to snow in my clutch.
Come on, sing! Louder, come on, sing! Come on! Yes, come on, louder!
But like, yeah, it would be that and like Bane.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Poison Ivy. Yeah, childhood crush.
Well, I can respect your opinion. Sadly, I'm not good at rejection. I'm afraid you'll have to die.
Batgirl.
Like, is Batgirl back? Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
in there.
Batgirl's in there.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
You're about to become compost.
Yeah,
Man, there's a lot in that movie.
There's a lot, bro. Honestly, it was like, there were so many villains.
Yeah.
Well, 3 of them. I guess most of them did have a lot at that time. Like old mate, that one movie that had Two-Face and Riddler in it.
Yeah.
Or Jim Carrey. What about you? Oh, well, you said before.
Yeah.
Was it Batman Beyond?
Yeah, Batman Beyond. And the movies and stuff like that. Mostly Batman movies. I think that's a lot of people's entry into DC, right? Is Batman.
I used to watch the old Superman movies. With my granddad, and he was like, "This is Superman. This is the real Superman." I'm like, "Whoa, that's
the Christopher Reeves. Like,
Like, he just froze a whole lake with his eyeballs.
Yeah.
With his thing, with his breath. Yeah, bro, the old Superman movies. Besides that,
getting into that more, like I think like later on in life, what got me more into it was like Flash and Arrow, the shows,
true,
the CW shows, like that pushed a bit more. Like I was always interested. Oh, Justice League Unlimited and Justice League cartoons.
Oh yeah,
those were on. Those were Hundy as.
That was Hundy, bro, because you got to see. That was my first time when you see Martian Manhunter.
Yeah. Oh, OP.
Yeah,
OP.
bro.
Yeah,
and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Who's this? Who is this?
Yeah, no, he goes like, that, and then you expect him to be like, staple and everything else, but like he's just forgotten now, kind of.
You know what I like about the cartoons is like they're so easy to watch, like as a kid.
Yeah.
And they're real fun, but also when you watch them when you're growing up, you like appreciate them a bit more.
Yeah, like the story or the kind of little bit of depth that they have in some of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, that was cool. And then Justice League Unlimited was like all the other extra like kind of like oddball characters that got into it.
Well, because you see, a lot of heroes and stuff, and they all have their own like special powers and stuff, but you always compare them to Superman in DC.
Yeah.
Because he's got pretty much every single superpower ever.
There is, but then like there's what about Atom, and then Flash
true.
is always the fastest. Like Flash is spoiler warning for any.
Spoiler warning here, Hundy. Spoiler warning.
Hundy spoiler warning. Like Flash, like when he like dies / kind of doesn't die, but like he defeats Brainiac, Lex Luthor, Brainiac, and like that is like a staple memory of like the cartoons back then. It was like he ran around the world and like he was about to like go in the Speed Force, and like he was the strongest one because Superman couldn't beat him. And it has to be the Flash. Flash does it, and then and that's Wally West Flash kind of thing. But that's awesome. Like that was like pinnacle. And then Teen Titans and all that kind of stuff as well, cartoons.
That's well, because what a huge concept to throw into a kid's cartoon. The Speed Force and being able to not manipulate time, but being able to pretty much time is a tangible thing for the Flash.
Yeah.
I can never go that fast again. If I do, I don't think I'm coming back.
Yeah, and that was, I guess, it's just basically cartoons and stuff that led me into this, and now we're here.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we've talked about a lot of heroes and stuff. Everyone's got all their powers, bro. But like, if you were to pick one power as like a superhero, has to be a Hundy power, has to be a Hundy power.
Yeah.
What would it be? But I'm gonna limit you here. Like, obviously you got like the super strength, invisible. I wish I could fly like the original. Your power can only be used to solve one everyday life problem. Okay?
Yep. All right.
So what would your power be, and what is the problem you were fixing?
Okay. All right. Let me sell this to you.
Yeah, all right.
Have you ever gotten up to start your day, and you're just like, you look outside and the weather, like, a little bit chilly in the mornings, but you know it's going to be a hot day.
Yeah, you never know.
And say you got to do a bit of walking.
Yeah.
And the hardest decision, your hardest decision that you have to make for the day is, do I wear shorts or pants?
Oh.
Yes. Shorts or pants?
Yeah.
My power
would
be, I would always know what the weather would be if it was shorter pants suitable.
Wow. So would you? Okay. So how would you be able to tell? Would you get like some sort of chill up your spine if it was going to be a pants day?
Yeah,
or
sort of like a.
Would you get like a? Would you verbally let out like a sound? Would you be like, ah? Oh my god!
Pants.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would be sort of like a spider sense sort of thing, right? You just know. You'd have to learn, right? You'd have to it's like when you first get the power, right? You're like you get bitten by a pair of radioactive pants.
Yeah.
And like you won't know. You just get this tingling. Like you'll be like you'll be making wrong decisions, but you're feeling bad about it for some reason. You'll be like, oh yeah, I can get away with pants today. And then, but your tingle, your sense knows that it's gonna be a hot day. You're just gonna be like sweating and chafy, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, and then you'll just learn, be like, okay, no, this is what I just gotta trust my instinct. Yeah. And you'll be like, okay, when you do the right thing, it's just like sweet as. I don't get that warning. It's an internal like sense.
Yeah. Oh.
Shorts or pants sense. Yeah.
Wow, that's actually really good because especially I feel like this is super helpful with New Zealand winter.
Yes, yeah,
with New Zealand winter because obviously for all our Kiwis out there, and even some people that live in Melbourne because their weather's quite similar. When it's winter, like it could be a sunny day, and it's still winter and cold, but like. Honestly, shorts are such a viable option.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it takes me back to like my first year uni days. It's like we're both walking from Grafton to 20-minute walk from like to the city campus, and I'll just be in the morning. I'm like, man, like, it's a bit cold, waking up 6 o'clock for those 8 o'clock lectures and stuff. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to go for pants. Yeah. By the time you walk there and then you're like, it's just like, oh man, it's way too hot and you're sweaty. You're sitting down a bunch of strangers and you're just like, like just hot and bothered.
And it's immediately the walk. As soon as you finish the walk and you get there, you're hot.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like, because that's why I always wear shorts most of the time.
Yeah, same.
It's always the walking or the traveling that will get my temperature up.
Yeah, something I like to is like a tried and true like kind of rule is like I don't mind like if my legs aren't like totally heated.
Yeah.
Because for me it's mostly as long as my core like my torso is covered or heated or warm. Yeah. Then like my body will regulate itself because like my legs don't get too cold. But yeah, like that's But yeah, like that's the power. That's that is my everyday fix superpower.
Oh,
what about you?
Honestly, that's Hundy, bro. What an awesome power.
Certified. There
okay, so let me try and delve deep here. Okay, and I'll
paint the picture for me.
I'll paint a picture for you. Okay, close your eyes. Close your eyes. So imagine this. You've been in this situation. Okay, you're let's say you're off to class. Okay, you wake up in the morning, you make your lunch, you have some breakfast, make your lunch, pack it in your bag, walk to class, have class, boom. Okay, I'm gonna have my next meal now. Second meal of the day, I'm gonna have lunch. You sit down, pull out your packed lunch. It's fried rice. Take the lid off. You go to eat it. Oh, hang on. Hold on. Let me have a look through here. Hang on. Let me open up this pocket. Oh my God. I've forgotten my spoon. I've forgotten my cutlery.
Oh, no. That's...
Open your eyes. Boom. You can turn your fingers into utensils. They morph into...
No way.
Yeah, so like say you bought a steak.
Yeah.
Say you bought a steak for lunch or something. Or maybe you're at a restaurant and they've run out of cutlery.
Yeah.
Hey, don't worry. Fork, knife. Just like that.
No way. Does it work?
Yeah.
And like, so it'll be like, oh, what if you need to change it halfway through a meal? Could you be like fork and knife? It's like, oh shit, I need a spoon.
Yep. You could either change one of your fingers to a different utensil or just change that one to it. But I don't know why I thought I'd just make this hard for myself. But like, you still have the same senses and stuff. So if it's like hot food, it'll still be real hot.
So what is it made? Are there utensils that are made out of your skin and you feel with?
Yeah, they're made out of your skin. But like, the only thing you can feel is just the temperature. Yeah. But your skin hardens.
Yeah, like calluses over kind of thing.
Yep. Pretty much. And then but it's like, say you need a sharp knife, it'll still be as sharp as like a steel knife. Yeah. So like, if you need to eat anything anywhere,
then that's an awesome power, bro.
Yeah.
Apart from the unfortunate like temperature gauge, but I guess you could burn. Like your nerves would burn off, and then wouldn't be.
Yeah. Exactly, just like a chef, touching hot stuff.
Yeah.
But then like, you don't even need to worry about that, or just eat your food cold.
Yeah. Oh well, like if it can go in your tongue and not burn you, then I guess you're fine.
Yeah. But. Yeah, it's only applicable when you're going to eat food.
Yeah.
So you can't say we're sitting here, I can't turn this into a knife and stab you.
Oh, I was about to ask that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Any other questions I might be able to clear up for you?
If you were so it's only applicable for food, so you can't just have a knife. What if say you are eating?
Yeah.
And then you decide to stab the person next to you, would that work, or would it just automatically be like a safety and turn back into a finger?
Yeah, it'd be like a safety mechanism.
Yeah.
So it'll be like knife, and I'll be like, Hut! And then
it'll be me. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's
Straight
not like
finger.
you can't be like a food-based superhero or villain where you're eating food and just as a disguise to be.
You can't do that.
So it's hero-based. Yeah.
Maybe maybe you could hold up like a piece of fruit to someone.
Yeah.
And then
stab
through the fruit. Maybe.
Yeah. You've just made it work. That's villain origin in the making. or anti-hero.
I found a loophole. Yeah, so that's my power there.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I hope you guys have learned about like those are some everyday powers that we hope to see in some comics very soon,
So, and also, if you guys have any other everyday problems that you want us to fix with superpowers, send them through to us on our Instagram or Facebook, any of our socials.
Yeah.
And we'll answer them for you.
Yeah, or even if you have, if you've come up with a superpower to fix a everyday problem as well, you can share that. Feel free to share as well.
Send that through, because if it's not Hundy, we'll let you know. But if it's Hundy, then it'll be certified Hundy.
There it is.
So send them through.
Yeah, sorry. Your power. Certified.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Put a lot of thought into that.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
Past
You
20 minutes.
Yeah, no, it's I appreciate the thought and the effort that went into that problem solving right there. And that's what we are here. We're problem solvers.
That's what we are, bro. Hundy problems need Hundy solutions.
Exactly.
Okay, and that's what we come up with. Oh, mate. Honestly, too good. So, one of our, because, our common sort of passion here is the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And
yes,
I've got a question here for you. When did you know during the Marvel Cinematic Universe that you're like, oh, this is me? Like, I'm invested, I'm all in.
Okay.
When did you know?
All right. Okay. So there's a lot, there's a lot of times, right? So my few things that that have approved it throughout the years, this is what I'm here for.
Yeah.
One of them, so my mates, my mate, he used to, when Avengers was coming out, was that 2011, right?
Yeah.
So we did a whole big screening of like with all the movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like that is when like we were just sitting there watching it and then seeing it's just like all as a group going to watch the first Avengers, and it was just like, this is what all this has come together for, like the first Avengers, all these movies, Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America, Thor, and then you got Black Widow from Iron Man 2, and then old Thor, old Hawkeye from Thor movie. Like that was like, yes, like sitting there and just being like, everything come together. It's like, this is amazing. Like this is like, what, far out. I would have been like early teens then. I would have been, I think 15, 16, probably. And it was just like, that's amazing. This has never happened really to this scale before. And that is one of the times like I knew like, I'm following this. This is the one. And and then another time was 2015, first year uni, a pretty hard year. Not a lot, like just having a hard year in general, a bit of breakups, all that kind of stuff like that. And then there's one thing, when you're self-aware and you become self, and you just like, oh, this thing is actually giving me this. I'm really enjoying. When you kind of, it's like not an out of body experience, but like you just suddenly realize and you feel like you're consciously really enjoying something. Yeah. And like it's like you actually feeling joy. Like it's not like you haven't been feeling joy, but it's like, oh, like I'm consciously feeling it. I was watching the Daredevil series. It's a dark and gritty series. But like just solid, that content, it's solid, such a good show, and that just brought so much genuine joy and like happiness, like and just excitement watching that show. And I was just like, this is why I go, because this is why I follow it, because it's like that is that it brings that, and I guess it's sort of an escapism, but it's also great storytelling.
Like you summed it up so well. Like it brings you joy. Yeah, it really does. Like, I know there are people out there, they watch it, let's say, without intent, and they're just there, just watching and consuming this media, if you will, and they'll go home and they're not affected. But when we watch it, we honestly, we adrenaline's up. Yeah, we're talking about it for hours after. We're just all like, we got so much to talk about. And it brings us so much joy.
Like genuine, like you're like aware that this is oh, this feeling inside me, that's joy.
Like, because look, for me, it all, like, I'll be honest, it all started with the first Iron Man. Yeah. Because I was like, oh my God, this is next level. Yeah. This is so cool. Like, we finally got a legit superhero movie. Yeah. And then, and then the next movie comes out, and then you're like, oh my God, that's so cool. But then it's when was it like Thor? Was Thor like the third one? Was it the Hulk?
Yeah, Thor was the third one. Oh, yeah, I think it went Iron Man, Hulk, then Iron Man 2, then Thor.
Yeah. And then it's not until you watch the other superhero movies and you're like, oh my God. Yeah. Does this link up with? Yeah. You're like, what? Yeah. And then you watch the whole post-credit scenes. It is the Marvel thing now. Yeah. They pretty much made that a normal thing. Yeah.
That's why people are staying for credits these days in movies, is because of Marvel.
And if you guys don't already, please wait till the end of the credits for any Marvel movie you watch.
Yeah. Okay? First of all, just to kind of give respect to the amount of people that go into this, but like also because there's always the post-credit scenes, and
There's
you're missing out on content.
It all links up. It paints a bigger picture. But that was it for me.
Oh, yes, exactly. I remember like watching like Iron Man, and I'm like, oh, that was a cool movie because I watched it with my best mate Floyd, and he we went to cinemas and stuff like that. So, oh, that's cool. And then like I watched The Incredible Hulk, and then like Tony like Stark, like Robert Downey Jr. shows up, and I was like, what? What is this? And then like, you know, Iron Man 2 comes out, and like you see all that, and then the post-credit scene is like Thor's hammer, and you're like, whoa, okay, cool. And then suddenly there's a movie Thor that's out, and then you're like, what? Oh my, are these all together? And you're doing like, because obviously, you know, it's new, and then you're like, oh my god, this is all linked. And then you're like, Avengers coming out, and you're like, oh, it's building to this, and then it continues.
Yeah, it continues. It's literally that, because it's like all these movies are connected. And like you have to watch it now because you're like, well, shit. If we saw Thor's hammer in Iron Man, shit, will we see Iron Man? Is Iron Man going to be in Thor? And then you watch it, and then like, well, he doesn't turn up.
But Phil Coulson does.
Yeah, exactly.
And Nick Fury. Yeah.
And like, oh, that's all part of it because you need to see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
You need to see the bigger picture. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, that's why the MCU is, that's my passion.
If I could explain it to people, it's basically, this is how I explain it. It's like your favorite TV show, right? And each movie is an episode in that TV show. So that explains it, right? So they're not just movies by themselves. They're episodes in a greater saga, basically.
Yep.
And so that's why you don't have to always watch everything.
Yep.
But like, if we were to explain it in a nice, simple way, it's it's just episodes in an ongoing series.
It is episodic, like it, you know, because it all links on one way or the other, whether it's continuously or it's a prequel sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know,
it's all in context of each other.
It's all in context, bro, and it's so Hundy.
Yeah,
it's the Hundiest.
Yeah,
obviously, because that's our joint thing, you know, and that's what we love. So if you guys haven't started it or you think it's too daunting, honestly, just sit down and just start it.
Well, like, you know, Game of Thrones is like, people watch that and their episodes are like an hour long.
Yeah.
Like an hour, some of them are like, you know, like
there's like 60 episodes.
60 episodes. So it's like these movies are like, some of them, the longest is 3 hours, but they're not all like, most of them are like around 2 hours kind of stuff. Like, yeah.
Go out and watch it. Okay. Disney Plus, they have it too. They have a section and they put it all in order. Okay. For either like release order, and they also put it in timeline order.
Yeah.
So either way.
It's all up there as well.
Yeah. Just go sign up. This isn't an ad, by the way. Just shout out to Disney Plus. Oh man. Well, yeah.
That's basically, you know,
that's basically us.
That's the ethos. That's like, that's who we are. That's what we love and enjoy.
And that's what we're most Hundy about. Pretty much everything that you've heard in this episode.
Yeah.
That's what we are. The Hundy Hundy Hippos are this. Okay?
Yeah, so if we were to say why should you listen to us? What would you say?
Oh, honestly, we have the Hundiest outlook on these things, and I know that we have a lot of we have a lot of knowledge on this. We have a lot of expertise. We can go in depth into a lot of things, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be covering pretty much everything Marvel, DC, and Star Wars that comes out. Anything coming out.
Yeah, even like Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic.
That's not Marvel. That's video games.
Yeah, video game stuff, and we're going to give you our professional amateur opinion on these things. And honestly, like, we know our shit. And it is accurate.
Yeah. And like, you know? If you're confused about something like that, about some of the shows, or confused about any of the content, or you just want some clarity, or just someone to, you know, reaffirm your opinion of it, then, you know, that's what we're here for. A bit of education, a bit of fun talk, a bit of just, you know, sharing our knowledge, because, you know, well, like Jake says, we know our shit.
We know our shit. And yeah, we're here to clear things up for you guys. We also want to get you guys into this stuff, because it's honestly an exciting world.
Yeah.
Hey.
And the more people we can talk to about it, it just it puts the hype up there even more.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. So look, guys, keep an eye out, keep an ear out on our socials for all of our other things that we will be posting up.
Yeah.
About we've got a lot of things. Moon Knight. We've got a lot of Star Wars content coming out. Kenobi.
Yeah. Doctor Strange
too. Yeah. Even if you guys wanted us to talk about Spider-Man, we could do that.
Yeah.
Let us know, because that was pretty.
That was a Hundy movie.
That was
huge.
That was the Hundiest.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah.
I love that movie. But yeah. Well, anyway.
Thanks for listening. This has been our prologue episode.
This has been us. We are the Hundy Hundy Hippos.
Welcome.
And, well, that's just how it is.
This is the one, bro.
We are Hundy Hundy Hippos.
Two Hundy Hundy.
Hundy Hundy Hippos.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for listening. And we'll see you in some later episodes, eh?
Yeah. Cut it.
Cut it.
Cut it.